Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth! Wake up, I know I'm so late on this, okay? I'm trying to re-enter the world of TikTok. I posted that video on July 20th, 2023. This is why you need to follow me on Twitter, because I tweeted my prediction on the same day and said Jada might be under fire in the public or having rapid career changes now through all of August. Will is also going to be having some similar drama with his emotions, home, family, relationships, etc. You guys know I've been saying the South Node is coming for Libra placements. Will has a 29-degree Libra Venus, so it beat his ass as soon as it entered Libra. About a month later, I get tagged in a Kyle Marissa video, which I always get tagged in her videos with the blind items in correlation to my predictions. They always seem to be on par.
Will and Jada are allegedly growing apart. They've been growing apart. Are you kidding? He's tired of her pseudotherapy, open-minded speech not followed by her actions. She feels like she's always supported him, put her career on hold, and now her projects are stagnated. They've been through worse times before, but it was always one of them being targeted at a time instead of both.
So then I respond to it and I'm like, let me make a little update predictions video.
I have like a lot of things going on right now. I would just generally keep an eye on them. I can look into it further. However, I'm not getting paid to do so. So my best guess from a PR standpoint is we're going to see them back in the headlines. It's going to be about their relationship. And if Jada is very concerned about her career, it'll give her a good opportunity to have the dramatic moment and then be like, you can hear all about it, or we will address it in something that is maybe like a resurgence of Red Table Talk, a new book coming out, a interview, like with Jupiter being involved too. If that isn't like foreign travel and stuff, there could be things for both of them regarding journalism, writing, speaking, maybe like creating. I know Will Smith had like a YouTube series. I could see something like that again, a podcast, whatever. That's my guess. Do though think that it is undeniable that we'll probably hear another public mouthful, everybody and their mother's opinion on if Jada Smith particularly is a good or a bad person, if they have a good or a bad marriage, if she's a good or bad wife or mother. I think in particular her career and reputation is likely to be the thing, maybe more under fire and people feeling one way and then feeling a different way. You know, a lot of debate, a lot of dialogue, a lot of general discourse over everything that Jada Smith represents, being the woman that she is.
And boy, oh boy, did that come true. I made that video back in August. You can go back on my page and watch it. I also talked about how there was some very weird headlines, like it looked like very particular publications pushing out, like cranking out 10 articles a day about this family. It was just a little fishy and I talked about that, but I tweeted in September, so again about another month later, despite there not being any headlines about them yet, I said wouldn't be surprised if Will and Jada were already in the midst of an amicable separation. Initial prediction happened in July. This video, this blind item, came a month later in August, and then I'm tweeting this in September. These are his transits for the Astro Girlies. And what do you know? Traveling for a book, a press tour in October. And the book is about Jada. It's not entirely about her marriage, which was a little bit of a letdown from a PR standpoint, because I've heard that her book was actually like very incredible and insightful, but that the, manufactured rage marketing was centered around Will Smith, when that's not really entirely what her book was about. But a month after I tweet, I think they're separated. It's October. They are separated. They have been separated, actually. Earlier in the year, I was just saying to keep an eye on him. Even back in June of this year, I was, saying, okay, there's going to be some karmic stuff going on. There might be some headlines around him. Earlier in July, I low-key wonder if Jada is leaving him or with another man, but maybe not, entirely divorced because of their life partnership.
That in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Now, in September, I also tweeted this prediction prior to all the chaos of, her book and the press around the book and the details of what was written in the book about the relationship and the things that people found very outrageous that she was saying about her book and the relationship. I said that in October, it was going to bring relevance back to March 2023, which was an exact year post the Oscars slap. It was going to bring attention to that again. This is also when she kicks off her book tour. Are those two things going to overlap? It's October now. In Jada's words, she says, he called me and he was basically like, I'd love to take you out. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce? And I was like, no, Chris, those are just rumors. And he was appalled and he just profusely apologized. And that was that. And I said, wow, doesn't that make the slap make a lot more sense now? Aren't things clicking? I also said that in the first few weeks of November for Will Smith, there was going to be a really, charged new moon for him about new beginnings. This is, with Uranus. So it's liberation, it's shock factor, shocking romance. We also said with another man, perhaps, ? Back in July. Then all of a sudden, there's a lot of rumors about Will Smith sleeping with Dwayne Martin. Look at the date, November 15th. This prediction was posted in September, but it was about November 13th, the big new moon for him. Like, come on, it's not coincidences anymore. The stars match up to the reflection of what's going on in the real world. Come on. But I figured I would post this because I saw a few headlines of Jada saying that I guess this slap that happened at the Oscars was like the best thing that's ever happened in their marriage and that they've been thriving ever since. So it's just funny how one moment has unraveled us this far through the media. Also very bizarre though. I did see a clip. I mean, granted, I didn't do any research on it. I don't know what it is, when it was made, what the source is, of somebody posting like a comedy movie of the exact scene, the exact like line for line, action for action of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. It's literally a tongue twister. And that it was like a scene out of a movie, like as if they had copied it line for line. And I was like, I don't like this. Granted, I mean, we can talk about this slap all day because I had my own opinions on it. I have my own opinions on Jada. I think I have divergent opinions. I don't think that I'm on the same page as everybody else. But I also don't think that these people are real. Like, I don't know. Watching him slap him at the Oscars, I wasn't like, how could he? Like, they're not real people in my head. They're entertainers and it's an award show, which is already kind of culty and weird. So I was just watching it like, whoa, really slapped him. Like, that was really the most that I got from it. I was shook that it went so far. But yeah, I'm right. Okay, my ego isn't that big, but it is cool to see these things sort of come to fruition and materialize. And if you want me to do this with your own life, you can book a personal reading at the link in my bio.